Ashley Howard with Ashley Howard Teaches, and I'm so excited to bring to you tutor plans and memory work for CC Cycle 2, Week 1, 5th edition. If you are ready to go, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I can't wait to do this year with you. So let's get started. So for math this week, we are skip counting by ones and skip counting by twos. So for ones, I'll have my shakers out, and what I do to make these shakers is I just get some plastic eggs, put some beans and rice inside, and put tape around it. No big deal. I'm sure there's prettier ones out there, but this is what I have on hand. So what I'll do is have them sit in a circle. We'll start with ones and we'll go up high. Then we'll count by ones and we'll go down low. Then we'll shake it really fast, shake it really slow, and then we'll put our shaker on the ground. Then we will tap the ground, we'll count by ones and we'll go slow, and then we'll go faster and faster. And last, just to add in a little more fun, I like to have a ball with me, and what we'll do, I'll toss it gently and tell them they have to toss it gently, and toss it gently to one student. They'll say the number and then toss it back to me, and we'll go to the next number and toss it to the next student. It just kind of varies it up and makes it fun. So that's our ones. Then for twos, for the first week especially, I want them to be so excited. Just jumping in out of summer is hard for anyone. So I like to make it extra fun that week. So what I like to do is make hopscotch. So I'll get my numbers out, put them on cardstock, laminate them by twos, and then have 2, 4, and have a hopscotch. So I always have my handy painter's tape on me, and I'll have this ready to go. And so I'll tape those numbers that have been laminated on the floor and have them hopscotch. Now, if you don't have time for that, that's okay. I've had times where I don't have time to laminate and I just tape the numbers on the floor. It just makes it easier for review or for practice later, even at home for your own children to have those ready to go. So that's what I do for ones and twos. So I'd like to have the music playing. I like to learn them first, go through them slowly, and then at the very end we'll play the music and sing with the music and count by twos with music. So that's how we do math. Then I also wanted to show you for math, I have these great cards available. So these are free for you. They're a free download. If you look in the information below, if you want to download these, it would so help if you subscribe and like. That helps me so much. That helps me to keep bringing you free content. So here are the number cards. These are so simple for your class. So if you want to go through and you pass these out to your class, they're really easy to cut out on the download I have. So what you'll do is you'll just laminate them, get a ring to put around them, and then you can go through each week for math. So you can skip count by ones, and you might start off with this before you do your other fun things so that they can really get that in their head. And then we have twos, and it goes all the way through to 15s, and I believe there's some other things on there as well. So it goes all the way through. So like I said, this is a free download for you. You can find it in the description below. But if you would, it would help so much if you would hit that subscribe or that like button. So next we will do English. Now for English, we're going to do the 8 parts of speech. And I like to do this one to the tune of Happy Birthday. So it'll sound something like this. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. 8 parts of speech. So that's really fun. So then we combine it with our wands. So we'll say these and we'll do our wands slow. Then we'll do our wands up high. Then we'll sweep our wands across the ground. And then we might put these up, and then we're gonna tap on our legs. So we'll sit in a circle and just tap them on our legs really slowly at first, and then tap and clap and say our 8 parts of speech. And then we can speed it up, and they like to go really, really fast, and that makes it super fun. So I like to do it that way. At home for the 8 parts of speech, I love to have our words out. I have them make some silly sentences. They pick out words out of a jar, some nouns, some adverbs, some adjectives, and then they put those together and make some silly sentences. Now that's perfect for working on handwriting, but then they can also label above what they are. And I like to have little sheets laminated, little pieces laminated that say noun, verb, adverb, and they can label the different parts of speech. So that's just a little extra for at homework, what we like to do. So let's move on to science. So for science this week, we're doing what occurred on each day of creation. So we're going to do some hand motions, and I'm going to give you some of them, not all of them, because they don't need hand motions for each word in the song. It would be way too complicated. So for Earth, we're going to go like this. And for time, we're going to go like this. And for light, we'll go like this. Then for atmosphere, we're gonna make big hands like this. And then plants, we're gonna go like this, like a plant growing from the ground. And then for sun, we're going to make a sun. And then for stars, we'll do like this. And then for fish and sea creatures, we're going to go like this. And for land animals, we're gonna be our favorite animal like this. For Adam and Eve, we'll point to ourselves. And so that is our hand motions for this one. Then we'll add in a song. So we're going to do it to the tune of On Top of Old Smoky. So we'll go like this. 1 earth, space, time, light, 2 atmosphere, 3 dry land, plants, 4 sun, moon, stars, 5 fish, sea creatures, birds, 6 land animals, Adam and Eve, what occurred on each day of creation. So it'll sound something like that. So I hope that helps you some. Sorry about my singing voice, but I hope that helps you. So for hand motions for history this week, we're going to be talking about Charlemagne. So for 800, we're going to make 8 fingers like this. So for during, I like to go like this, during, like a roller coaster almost, during. They have fun with that. So we'll go in 800, during, and then for medieval period, I like to get my sword and bring it out like I'm jousting someone. So medieval period. And then for Leo, I like to make a big L. And then for third, I go like this. And then for crowned, we're gonna put a big crown on our head. So for Charlemagne, we're going to make a giant C like this. And then when we say the next few words, we're going to spin around like this. And then for Europe, we're gonna jump out and say Europe like this. So those are the hand motions for history. Now I highly suggest you go through those slowly the first 2 times, and then bring music on, and then you might turn off the music and bring out some shakers and march around the room while you sing it, and then turn around and march the other way and use your shakers, and then use your shakers way up high as you sing the song, and then way down low. So you make sure you get those 7 times, but they're still having fun and they're engaged and they're learning and they have lots of fun hands-on learning. So I am so excited that I get to tutor plan with you. And if you are a homeschooler and you're looking for planning videos, curriculum, reviews, all sorts of stuff, I have lots of videos on my channel that I would love for you to check out. I've listed some below in the description. You can see those there. Let's move on to geography. So we're talking about the continents. All right. So for the continents for the first week, I like to have a car with me because that makes it fun. They all get a car. I might bring some ponies for the girls, just little hand manipulators they probably have at home. So we'll drive around to the different continents as we say them. So we'll say each continent and I'll have them bring their car and we'll drive around them, and then we'll get our marker out and we'll trace the continents and the oceans, and then we might go through and dot each continent or ocean, and then we might erase our dot as we go through and just point to them. So there's lots of fun ways you can do geography, but I always like to have some kind of manipulative with me, whether it's a small eraser or sticker, so that's kind of fun to collect during the year, find different things that might be engaging for them to learn for geography. Now math and pen is great and I love that, but I also like to bring something fun just to keep the excitement up. So for Latin, we're doing first conjugation endings present tense. So it'll start with O, so I like to go like this, O, and then we'll go through our next one, and then for tea, I like to pretend like we're drinking tea. And then for nt, I like to go like this. They have great tunes that accompany the Latin, so you can find those on your CC CDs. And so that is great to use as well in your classroom. So what's really fun is I like to get out some pointers for each one. So I'll put on my board, and on CC Connected, they have great visuals for these. So they'll have each sound and how you make each sound. And so I would highly encourage you to get on CC Connected under the foundations under Latin for this week and find the printouts that you can print out for that. So what I like to do is I like to get gloves. They might have little furry gloves, or I might have, for the boys, I might have a transformer, just something fun that they can use as a pointer, even those long pointer hands, and they get to pick out of my bag, pick a pointer to use, and on my board, I'll have the Latin noun endings, and they get to be the teacher for a minute. So they get to point and say them as the class follows along with them. So that is a fun way to do Latin. So So now let's move on to fine art. So for fine art this week, we are doing oils. So when I first started tutoring, oils was so daunting to me, and I'm not really sure why, because now it's just second nature. So what you will do is you can make this very easy on yourself. You make each shape. Now I will tell you, I studied the Drawing with Children book. Not this is an advanced topic, but I wanted to be proficient in what I was saying and have enough to say for that 30-minute time period. So I used the Drawing with Children book. They have a great section that explains each of the shapes, the 5 elements of shape for oils. So I used that a bunch. And so you just draw on your board, draw your circle, your O, say what shape is that? Does it matter if it's small? And I would draw a small one. Does it matter if it's big? And then I might draw an angle line. Does it matter if it has an angle line? Yes, so some of your kids are gonna have gone through this and know oils and some are not. So I will go through each of the different ones. I'll draw them one. For our lines, I might draw a really thin line and then say, is this a line? And then I might draw a really thick line and say, is this a line? And then I might have them come up to the board and they get to draw one too. And then I have a very sweet little handout that I will give them. I believe you can find these on the CC Connected site. So let me show you that real quick. So you can hand this out to your classroom and they can draw the 5 elements of shape on this. So I have them draw with different colors, have different, I like to have classical music going while they draw each of these shapes and have them draw big ones and small ones and thick ones and long ones. And they can practice their 5 elements of shape. Now sometimes this lasts the whole class period and sometimes it doesn't. So I like to have backup material. So what I like to do is I like to get on a drawing site where they have the step-by-step drawing, and as we draw, we talk about our different elements of shape. So let me show you an example of that. So I found this one online. This one is great. It's step-by-step drawing, and so we would talk about our 5 elements of shape with this. So we would draw our curved line, and then we talk about that. We talk about each different line. So they can draw this on their own paper, and then afterward they have time to color it. So it's really fun to kind of have these extra activities in case you run out of time, because I do not like to just be standing there with empty space to fill. So it's always great to have backup activities like this for your 5 elements of shape. So I also wanted to tell you, in Drawing with Children, there's an exercise that you can do also with your kids that involves the elements of shape. It's on page 71 through 73, and so this is a really fun activity too to get their minds going with this 5 elements of shape. So if you would like me to do science too, I can. If you will leave me a comment below and let me know if you're interested in me doing CC Cycle 2 science videos, I would love to help you out in that way. I'd like to gauge the interest first before I start those videos. And I so welcome any comments that you have or any questions that you have, any homeschooling questions that you have. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you like this video and that you will subscribe. I will see you next time. Goodbye.